On where could it be? Oh, that's right. Took it up to the shop. Did I need anything here? I need another wagon. Tipper. Wow. Oh, hey, IT runner. 2 rear axle instead of 3. Less twisty, torquey, kill your tractory. Legal. The MKS tipper 44 goes with the man dumper truck. 12.5 tons. 2 PTS4. Haven't tried it out yet. Comes in 2 flavors. Or maybe these are separate mods. I don't know. Like I said, we got a T7 in the game now that standard with weights. Why they can't say wide, I don't know. But wide with weights. The weights don't show up on the wide. Narrow tires and doubles. And you can change the rim color to a lot of different colors. And something else I picked up. It's apparently not in this category. It should be over in the logging. Now, in case you've not seen it, there's a mod of the Ep7 300. And that mod can accept larger chunks. And it's basically just the Ep7 300 with a bigger intake and better feeding. What I picked up, downloaded, hooked in, is Kamaz logging trucks. Double rear axle, comes in a trailer or a truck with the flat on it with a trailer behind. Why do I have the FSI? I don't need the FSI. Why is it 47,000? That's fucked up. It's the same as the Ep7. These earlier I had them on screen, and 9295X2, which is maintaining about 55 frames per second, dropped to 24. I don't know if it was these or all the Fortuna wagons I had or the big 5-axle truck. I mean, let's face it, this baby's got some detail. I like it. But whatever it was. Alright, now you can also out there, you can get the original Amazon 1801 instead of the 1201. 1201 is, I would say, far more useful, but the 1801 is out there. It exists. Let's see, was there anything else that I got? Is there mowers? Nope, showed you the windrower yesterday. Oh! Cute little shed I wanted to share. I was playing around with it on Goldcrest before I stopped playing Goldcrest. This thing, you can see it's big enough. Put a tractor in, store. Well, let's get it out here on the grass. Big enough to put a tractor in. You can store your front loader tools or a whole bunch of seed or other stuff, or a wagon in if you want. It's nice. Black Sheep has, well, reliable and fairly detailed. And I'm not sure why it's the reverse image. It does have a light. The light's pretty. Something I've used. And there's the twin grip unit of it. There's these fork duos, log fork duo. It's got tension belts on it. Well, this one has got tension belts on it too. It just doesn't say so. The Komatsu works pretty well. It can't handle the 10,000 pallet, but it can handle the 2,000 pallets. The old egg, it's got a lot of bounce in the way it handles its fork. I had troubles keeping a standard pallet on it. This is out there. It works pretty well. And was there anything else? Oh yeah. I played around with these Jimpas. And nice. Pretty. Red. Big. Do the job. 170 horsepower for the first one, but that is a 3.6 meter plow. 3.6 meter is a bit more than 3.9, so 180 horsepower for the 3.0 and only 170 horsepower for the 3.6. So I'd say that's a pretty good deal. It's slower, but does the job. Alright, anyway, I'm here to stream. Vroom vroom. I can't think of anything I want. I mean, I'd be like, yeah, I want a pallet mover, yeah. I didn't check baling for those wagons. Bale container for IT. The Joskin wagons are useful. 10 meter and 8 meter. I love the Brantner. Had it forever. The Ballon Boy, the NMT, sorry, had all sorts of physics problems in FS15 with this thing. It would grab and buck and twist and all sorts of stuff. Can't really advise it on that experience. Haven't played with it in this one. And there's something else. Ooh, what was it? Oh yeah, the pack that comes with the 1801 also comes with the 1501 and the 8200. And then we have the Horse Panther, which is a 3-point mount that allows you to pull a pulled cultivator or grubber behind it, and it's a fertilizer. It's specifically a 6 meter fertilizer, so if you don't mind just doing 6 meters at a time, it'll do it at 18 miles an hour. Alright, that's enough of that. Yeah, I never can remember the next bit. Wee. Eat me. And Brix just sitting up there going, hey, I'm a cultivator. Someone will pick this up. We'll get some fert in it. Is this the fert? No, wait. That's the fert. That should do it. Yeah, see, after a while you get kind of used to your equipment and you just go right to where it needs to be. Boom! Yeah. Radio Chicago. What the hell was that from? One of my favorite audiobooks is actually Dresden Files. I've read each of the books like 4 times. And so the audiobook is just enough prompting for my brain to remember all of the details that it put into each story when I was reading them. It's like remembering a preacher's favorite sermon by the songs in the order. Alright, this is fertilized 2 for number 14. I wonder how much slurry I've got now. Alright, we're going to go back up over to number 19. We're going to go ahead and me. Get our second fert down for number 19 for the patch that I already seeded. I almost nailed it. That'll do it. Now see, I do the first fert before I cultivate. So I do the plow, I do the first fert. Or I do a harvest and I do a fert. And then the Brix cultivates. And then the Great Plains ferts and seeds at the same time. And that's all totally win. How much my animal profit was. Did I work it? Just nope, I got 3 meters left over. Oh well. So this is 7.3 Brix TwinnPack. Great Plains, 1 pass, 3 meter farming. When I start getting really busy days, I'm going to start having number .0 something or other. Righto. Is it sitting on its blades? Doesn't it have a stander? Alright, well I'm going to be using this a lot, so. There we go. Used up my fertility. What else I was going to plant soy? Yeah, I planted wheat over there. I'm planting soy here. Wonder if I did get it to soy. Oh, no. It's not soy, it's not soy. Alright, looks like a good spot to start. So, is that reading 3 meters? Yep, that's reading 3 meters. Power on. Drop and rock. Maybe close the hatches. Cultivate and seed fert. Boom. An actual cultivate. Lets me get a fert state in the ground. See, it's using fertilizer and seed. I'm going to get done doing this field plantings, and we're going to call it the end of episode 7. I seem to be running a little fever right now, not sure why. Sorry about that. Yeah, my nose is just a bit irritated. Turning up the game audio a little bit there. Now the old butcher. Loading track. Loading truck? Little bench seat, self-loading, old-timey thing. That would be perfect for by the cow and sheep pastures. They throw grass on the ground like you wouldn't believe. And what really worked for me on the online game was the self-line, the self-propelled feed mixer. That online game is probably gone. On a server that was in Holland, and server boss requisitioned to transition to another location. And we thought it had gone through because they told it went through, but it didn't actually go through. Don't you love it when your provider lies to you? This life lesson brought to you by Fragnet. Apparently they started out using the FS15 server parameters, and it just wasn't quite enough to run right. And it was exacerbating all the little bugs that FS17 had. So we were doing that teleport around. We were doing vehicles stuck and cars getting stuck a lot more often. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get rid of those trees, aren't I? This is a long assemblage. Yep, they're gonna have to come out. I'll deal with them in the planting tonight. I'll cut them down tomorrow morning. Sorry about that tap. Getting a little brain dead here. Great Plains seems to be pretty efficient at using the fert and the seed. Hello, no viewers. Oh, I fully expect somebody's going to watch this whole thing. They're just going to set it to stream. Listen to some middle-aged guy go. Burr, 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 burr. Maybe nobody will ever watch it. Well, that's cool. It actually got to the end. Yeah, it looks like the noise suppression's kind of getting out of control again. I've had this happen before. Of course, it was Skype then, and it destroyed the drivers for all my sound cards. I had sound cards that were reporting being set to negative volume amounts, like negative 117%. Skype has got to be the shittiest program that has ever come out of Microsoft. It worked fine before they got a hold of it. I'm gonna have to skip a row when I come back up in a minute. Yeah, I'll do it now. I find it funny that it uses more seed than fertilizer. Generally, the amount of fertilizer you want in the ground is equivalent to the amount of seed. Canola is maybe the only exception I've seen. Canola can grow really fast and it has a fairly tiny seed. How's that paint drying over there? Does it look good? I'm really impressed with the Brix. First time I used it was 2 versions ago, admittedly. 2013. And I'd heard the guy had actually redesigned and rebuilt it. It was really extra beefy back then. The blades were huge and the boxes were big and boxy and all. And it looks pretty good. It really does. And that is planted, and that is good night. Alright, well, I'll get this one up in there into the playlist. And in the morning, I'll be cutting down some trees. I may add a couple other short videos tonight, but I probably won't be talking on them.